Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, first of all, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Hope that 2026 turns out to be really good for you and that you make a lot of profits this year. Having said that, let's turn our attention to what's happening in the market. This morning, the futures are looking absolutely positive, and there seems to be a lot of energy in the market. That's why, as you see in our thumbnail, I have got the full throttle going on. The engine is going high revs, and things are looking good. Good morning, hot dog. Happy New Year to you, and a very happy 2026 trading year. Make a lot of money, enjoy. And yeah, coming back to what I was saying, that we are seeing a lot of positive in the market. I'm going to just switch our view to the TradingView platform. Now here we are with the TradingView platform, and you can see that we are up 0.57% on S&P 500, but we still have this line of resistance out here, which is at 6,928.25, and right now we are at 6,931.25. So it's very difficult to say what's going to happen when the market opens. But personally, as you know, I have been saying the valuations have been stretched, and further gains, the risk reward for further gains in the market is skewed towards losses. Like, for example, the chances of making a good gain as compared to the volume of losses one could make, it's more in favor of losses. So highly risky at this point of time, in my opinion, but we never know. We have to see how long the market is going to remain irrational. I'm sitting on the sidelines with cash. I've got my investments in gold and AI shorts that I have Max 7 shorts. So I'm staying in that same configuration as I observe things moving this morning. As you can see here, if you look at the market sentiment, it's tending towards neutral. It's a bit flat. If you look at the MACD as well, MACD also is almost on top of the signal line. Momentum is above average, but it's not as strong as it could be. There's plenty of room on the RSI. So what happens to the momentum is what will probably move the needle as far as the MACD and the market sentiment is concerned. So we'll watch. I don't have anything specific to say about this because I can't find any particular chart patterns. If I was forced to look at a chart pattern, then what I would come up with, I mean, this is totally unbiased, is a reverse head and shoulder. However, you can see that we already come down from here. So even though the neckline was breached, we are back below the neckline. So I don't want to go there because in the past we had a head and shoulder pattern, which you can already see out here, which did not fructify. So I would say that it's better to just remove all these signs out here. And I'm just going to remove all those patterns. Let's get rid of them, the unwanted patterns and unwanted lines. And we just wait and watch what happens. There is nothing wrong. If we don't know where the market is going, it's better to admit it than to try and come up with some imagination. When you look at NASDAQ, again, we have a hard stop here at around 25,727.25. That's a big resistance there. Whereas right now we are at 25,695.75. So this is our resistance for today. Market sentiment is bearish, and MACD is on top of the signal line, ready to cross over to the bearish side. Momentum is just a little above average. And we had a head and shoulder pattern, which has not totally died out. I would say that if we were looking at the way this shoulder was formed, it's okay to have a little bit of a bump out here on the second shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this and I'm going to put a shoulder out here. So I'm still looking at the head and shoulder pattern, in other words. So let's keep moving on. Let's look at dollar index, which is starting to break out of this downward channel. This is a good thing for the dollar. And if we look at the market sentiment, it's starting to improve. MACD has become bullish, but momentum is still below average. Now VIX is down today. It's down 0.87% in pre-market trades, but it's well within yesterday's candle. So we'll have to see if we are able to fall down below that. And even if we did, we have a support at 14.18. And generally, the market cannot remain so complacent for such a long period of time. If you see the area out here, these were the times when we came closer. I would say it was from 11th of August all the way up to 18th of September, and then we had a spike. So something has got to give. Maybe we'll consolidate here for a few more days or a week or so, and then something will have to move. So that's something that we have to be careful about, because VIX is very low, and you know how dead cat bounces are. Now let's look at gold. Gold has got back into the diagonal line of support, so I'm going to mark this as support. And today we want to close above, tomorrow we want to close above the candle that we formed today in order to confirm this diagonal line of support. So that's what I would say with regard to gold. I'm still bullish on gold, and I think gold has got a long way to go. We still have a target of 4,658.60. I'm thinking that there's a good possibility that we may go towards that in 2026 because global central banks are likely to print more money. Now, let's look at put-call ratio, which is turned absolutely neutral. It's almost at 1, just slightly a little bit above. So I'd say it is neutral. And let us look at the 10-year yield, where it's going. 10-year yield has started going up. It started higher and it came down. We have a resistance at 4.161. Just going to mark this red. And let us see whether we will go towards our target of 4.41. Next, we look at 10-year yields for Japanese bond. 10-year yields, 10-year bond yields. It's continuing to move upwards, and we have a target of 2.12. And then let us look at USD JPY combination. It's starting to go up, which is a good thing overall for the market. This is fine. Just move this out here and turn it around this way. Then let us go ahead and look at our indicators themselves and put some resistance and support for today. I think for today the support is going to be at 6,844.93, 6,844.93, and our futures is already 6,930.75. So I think S&P 500 is going to open well within this range. And we will have support in the bottom at 6,844, and on the top, I think we are going to get some resistance when we reach 6,938.04. As you can see, towards the end of the year, we had low volumes. So the chart pattern out here is a little bit suspect in my opinion. We'll have to see what happens when the regular volumes comes in and all the institutions start getting into the fray. Then we'll get a clear idea of what trend we are following out here. I'm just going to put a upper end. This is the top. We had a topping tail out here, which is a bearish candle with a long tail and a short bottom. That is still operative. So right now we are a bit bearish from that perspective. Market sentiment had become bearish, but now it is neutral. MACD is on top of the signal line, ready to cross over to the bearish side, and momentum is just on top of average. So anything could happen out here this morning. Nasdaq closed down 0.84% yesterday, on the last trading day, and we have support at 25,193.59, and we are likely to get a resistance at 25,607.57. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is just on top of average. We have seen pre-market tend to be a bit positive. Let's look at QQQ to get a good view of what's happening. QQQ shows a healthy gain of 1.01% in pre-market trades. So we have a support today at 613.62. Presently, we are at 620.53 in pre-market action. And I'm thinking that we will get a resistance somewhere around, I think, 623.47. That's going to be our first resistance for today. Next, let's go on to look at our AI. I'm going to start off with NVDA. NVDA is looking pretty good. It's up 1.44%. This could be seen as a long bull flag. And if we break out of this bull flag, then the gains can be phenomenal. But the only resistance we are going to get here today is at around 201.07. That's going to be our resistance. Next, let us look at Meta. Meta is also looking positive. It's up 0.53% in pre-market trades. MACD is bullish and market sentiment is bullish. And we have a momentum which is above average. And we had a target earlier for 786.86 based on a cup and handle pattern. Are we going to be able to do that in this new year? That is the big question. We're going to have a resistance at 675.98. A healthy gain of 0.53 in the morning gives us a little bit of positivity. Next, let us look at Google. Google is up 0.99% in pre-market trades, and we have a target for Google at 371.06. Market sentiment is extremely bearish. MACD is bearish but improving. Momentum is still above average. So the pre-market indicates that we are going to be above this bull flag. Whether we are going to meet the target of 370.69 is still a big question. The way I would look at it is I would consider this to be a sub bull flag starting from here, going all the way up to here. And then if this flag breaks out, then we'll get a leg up maybe all the way up to 333.49. And then we have to look at another pattern and so on and so forth. Amazon is up 0.90% in pre-market trade. Again, a huge bull flag out here. So if this breaks out, I think there's a lot to gain, and we may almost reach the resistance of 241.90. Then we have Apple. Apple is up 0.47% in pre-market trades. We still have resistance at 273.63. Pre-market, we're at 273.14. Apple has been very tentative, and we can see that we have very bearish market sentiment. We have got the MACD also bearish, but improving a little bit, but momentum is below average. This reminds me of Test cricket, where some batsmen come in as night watchmen. They are supposed to hold the wicket until the next day because wickets have fallen in rapid succession. So they play very slowly and very carefully. Apple reminds me of that right now. Now, having said that, let's go on to Microsoft. Microsoft is trying to break out of this parallel channel, but it seems to be having a little bit of a trouble. This morning, 484.70 seems to be the upper limit of the parallel channel, but pre-market, we are at 485.89, which means we are out of this channel, but I would like to see what happens to the candle at the end of the day. So I'm going to put the resistance at around 486.42. This is going to be our resistance. And if we break out above that, then I would like to confirm the next day that this is a resistance. So we are in a bit of an indecision. But again, with all the other Mag 7, if you look at the possibility out here, this is a bull flag. And if we break out of this flag, then we got to have a good upside, which could potentially take us to 498.13. So everything is poised for a jump. So I have to seriously reconsider my Mag 7 shorts. But when I look at the fundamentals and everything outside, I don't feel confident getting into it. So it's the beginning of the year. Maybe I could book the losses, sit on the sidelines and go just for the sure thing. I would like to make the decision later on today or by the end of this week. Now we look at Tesla, which is up 1.45%. There's a line of resistance at 455.60. But it seems that this resistance will be converted into a support this morning, because right now we're at 456.13. That is up 1.43%. And along with all AI stocks, Tesla also seems to be having a really good positive momentum this morning. So our resistance could be at 470.73. You look at Oracle, it's up 1.76% in pre-market trades. We had a resistance at 196.52. It is poised to be a support today. So I'm going to convert this into a support right now. Pre-market, we are at 198.60. It's a gain of 1.89% in the pre-market session. You can see that the market sentiment is bullish now, and MACD is also bullish, and momentum is just below average but consolidating. Maybe today it could break out on the upside. We have the dividend coming up on 9th of January. It's a 50-cent dividend per share. So I don't think that 50 cents is that much of a number to make any move as such, but there could be a little bit of consolidation and making a foundation to move up. So I'm watching this carefully. And let's look at AMD. AMD is up 1.81%, and we still have resistance at 220.53. Pre-market we are at 218.03. I'd like to also consider whether I want to sell off AMDS. It's AMDD, which is a AMD short that I'm holding a small portion. I'll have to make that decision this week. Then we have SMCI, which is down 2.22, and we have a support out here at 29.98. I think we would get a bounce from this support, and which is what I think we had on the last trading day. And today, of course, is Friday, the last trading day of this week, but I was talking about last trading day of the year. That's when I think we touched this and we moved up. And today we are looking positive. We are up 2.22% as far as SMCI is concerned. I might have a little bit of profits or SMCZ. I have to take that today and wait on the sidelines because when you get a retest of this support and you bounce back, that means the support is strong, and the chances of us breaking down from the support is less. So we have a very good opportunity to break this downward trend and start moving up again. So I'll have to get rid of the SMCI shorts. Broadcom is up 1.44% in pre-market trades. Absolute support available at 339.27 and a good resistance at 362.37. Let's look at Palantir, which is up 2.09%. It will get resistance, I think, somewhere around 186.61. Right now we're at 181.47. And then look at SMH, which is up 2.18%. Where SMH goes, so does the stock market indices. So we have a support at 363.52. We are presently at 367.99 in the pre-market, up 2.18%. And we will get a resistance towards the all-time high at around 374.45. Tempus AI has bounced back above 59.33. So Tempus AI seems to be something good to look at. And what else do we have? Let us go to Genomics. And in Genomics, I'm looking at Pfizer. Pfizer is up 0.32%, a little bit of consolidation out here, but it looks like a bear flags to me, my friends. It looks like a bearish pennant. So I'm not very hopeful about Pfizer. Market sentiment is bearish. Everything is bearish. I have a good holding of Pfizer. I think I'll treat it as a long-term holding and not bother with it. And now we are looking at Prime. So this is what stands out to me in Prime. Am I going to act on it? I don't know how to do that. Maybe it's $3.47. I'm feeling tempted, but I'm starting to feel that I have a bias for being short, and that has not worked out very well for me. So I got to get my head together. I'm a confused retail investor at this point of time. I can see the charts saying various things. What it seems to me is that genomics is not bullish at this point of time, but AI seems to be bullish. So the money should go towards AI in the long and maybe to short in the genomic sector. So that's what I'm thinking out here. You guys give me your own feedback. The neckline for this head and shoulder pattern is going to be at, let me just change the cursor. It's going to be at 3.09. So if we fall below 3.09, then we are invoking this head and shoulder pattern, and we could fall significantly. I'm not going to draw the target at this point of time. You guys know how to do it. I'll do it only after we cross this neckline. We have Intelia next, and Intelia is up 2.00% in pre-market trade. It has got support at 8.98. Right now it's at 9.17, which is up 2% from the previous close. I think it will get a resistance somewhere around 9.57. We have Caribou Biosciences up 1.26%, and we have support at 1.50, and we could have resistance at 1.73. Now, next we look at Beam Therapeutics. Beam is up 1.59%. The cup and handle pattern is still active, and we have a huge bull flag out here. Let me do the bull flag just to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the bull flag, and the flagpole starts from here and goes all the way up here. I'm going to change the color of the flagpole so you can see it clearly. It's in yellow right now. So that is the flagpole. So if we break out, I'll just take the flagpole and place it at the point of the breakout. Today it seems that we have a breakout. Our support is going to be 27.96. Right now we're at 28.16, which is up 1.59%. So beam is likely to move upwards, and it will have resistance at 30.66. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen for beam. Altimmune is up 0.83% in pre-market trades. It's likely to get a resistance at 3.70. Right now it's at 3.64. And you look at Editas is down 1.46% in pre-market trades, and it's at 2.02 right now. It could get resistance at 2.10, and there is a little bit of support at 1.97. Next, let us look at Illumina. Illumina is up 0.40%. Illumina is struggling to stay above this bullish channel, which gives a support today at 131.36. Pre-market, we are at 131.69. So let's see what happens with Illumina today. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is below average. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 1.24%. We have a resistance at 53.33. Pre-market, we are at 53.09. Are we going to be able to break out of this resistance and confirm it as a support? That's the question for us. And market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is below average. So a whole lot of things have to go right for CRISPR to break out above that resistance and confirm above that resistance. So we'll see carefully what happens out there. Allogene is up 2.92% in pre-market trades. Look at Grail. Grail is up 3% in pre-market trades. It will still get resistance at 89.93 today. Pre-market it's at 88.16. Let's look at PACB, which is up 5.35%. It's trying to challenge this diagonal line of resistance at 1.97. Pre-market, it's at 1.97. The question is, can we break out above this and confirm this as a support? Next, we are looking at ARCG, which is up 1.14% in pre-market trades. It has got a cup and handle pattern. I have not written it off as yet, and the morning looks promising. It's up 1.14%, but ARCG depends on a lot of underlying, so I'm going to be careful. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is below average. So this cup and handle pattern can definitely break down. So I wouldn't put much of hope on this right now. I'd like to see what the chart tells us as each and every candle keeps on coming up. And we have Vertex, which is down 0.07% in pre-market trades. It's going to get a lot of support at 450.65. It's still on this bullish channel at this point of time. And if it manages to stay on this bullish channel, it's going to get a resistance somewhere around 463.60, which is this red line, horizontal red line. We have Ginkgo Bioworks, which is up 1.68% in pre-market trades. It's going to get a bit of resistance at 8.92. It will get some support at 8.14. Pre-market, we are at 8.45, which is a gain of 1.68% over the previous close. Looking at Precision, which is up 1.44% in pre-market trades. Precision is looking a bit neutral, but it has got a nice cup and handle pattern forming out here. But I would like to wait and see what happens with Precision. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, but tending towards the signal line. Momentum is dropping, heading towards the average. That's why I want to be cautious with Precision. Eli Lilly is flat in pre-market trades, but it's above the regression channel and pulling out the regression channel, which is starting to move closer towards the current price action. We have a resistance at 1,110.11, and I think our first level of support is going to be at around 1,064.37. Next, let us look at Ultragenyx. Ultragenyx had a huge drop, and then it had a dead cat bounce. Now it's consolidating out here. It's got a loss of 0.65% in pre-market action. Right now it's at 22.85. So I would say that we'll get a support at 19.85. Then let's look at currencies and go to Bitcoin USD pair. Bitcoin USD is starting to look bullish right now because market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, and momentum is above average, and that makes me feel that we're going to look at a target of 90,658 could be the place where we get our first resistance. Second resistance at 91,833. We are up 0.81% in pre-market trades. And with this, I would like to go and have a look at MSTR and see if we could dabble a bit in MSTR today. MSTR is up 2.40%, and we have already met one of our bearish targets. And we still continue to be bearish. This happens to be a flagpole for this bear flag, and we are on our way down. So we don't have any bullish patterns out here. Therefore, I don't think we would be able to make a confident entry into MSTR. We are not even on the dead cat bounce territory because we are above the 30% on RSI. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. So we need to see some patterns out here. So I'll still wait to see what happens with MSTR. So that's about it, my friends. And this brings me to an end of today's session. And I would like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy new year, and best wishes to you all. I hope you have a wonderful financial year as you get ready to file your tax returns, at least for us in Canada. End of the tax year is December. So I'm going to get started with my tax work, and I hope you also have a happy taxation season. See you all later, guys. Bye for now.